Hello everybody, Sambo here, welcome back to a brand new episode, and today we are working on the tourism sector of Vostok, specifically the space elevator. So if you don't know what the space elevator is, it's basically this futuristic transport method that transport people, I forget what the word is, but it transport people from this big space needle looking tower thing, and it's a huge influx of tourism. So there's roughly about 2,000 or 3,000 tourists per minute. The amount of people, it's absolutely crazy. But I thought, you know what, it's a challenge, and there's a few little things that I need to adjust throughout this whole video to get it working fine, just because there's so many people. This is the space elevator, in case you haven't seen it. You can find it in the, I think, the monuments section of your bar down the bottom. So, but be careful, it does create a lot of lag, there is a lot of people, but this is the area that I chose because it is somewhat secluded. And when you look around through the valley and look up towards this area, you can't really see it. You can only see the very tip of the space elevator, which is exactly what I wanted. So yeah, the theme that I was going for was kind of like it's hidden in the mountains, and you can see I put in some of the older buildings there because I wanted there to be, like, I was thinking maybe this was once some kind of old facility that was converted into this more futuristic space place. And I also add in a few more other buildings as well. So there's that big lab thing, I don't know what it is, but I just put it in just to make it look a little bit more filled in. And I also tried to make it look like this whole facility is half out of the ground and then the rest of it is hidden underground. So at the end of the video, you'll see that I put in some tunnels, some roads that go in tunnels into basically this whole facility. So it gives that impression that it goes underground, even though it actually doesn't, but it does give that impression. And I put the sea walls there just to make it look a little bit more blended in, and I shove in a whole bunch of rocks as well. So you might be thinking, well, I don't know if you're thinking it or not, but there's, like I said, there's 2,000 or 3,000 people coming per minute, and I kid you not, it is crazy. I'll show you guys once the speed build is done, but it's a huge influx of people. It's absolutely crazy. So a good way is to do a train line. Now, I'm not just doing any old train line, I'm doing a high-speed train line. So it goes directly from the main transport hub, the main train station in Vostok, right in the city, and it goes past the golf course area. Now I know what you're thinking, this was a kind of fancy area here because of these houses there you can see on the side of the screen, like they are upper scale ones, but now I guess they lose value because it is right next to the high-speed train. But you know what, life goes on, a little sacrifice for the greater good, I think. And then the train line goes in a very straight line all the way through the mountain, and this is where the train will get its highest speed. So I think I end up setting the speed at about 250, 300 kilometers per hour. I don't know what that is in miles, I might put that down the bottom if I remember, but it is quite fast. So the average speed for the train is 130, so it's more than double the speed. And I think it's just the best solution because that way it's hidden, it can carry a lot of people. And this is the train station right here. And what I was trying to do was I wanted it to be partially connected to those buildings to give the impression that it's all one building, even though it's technically not. And when the people get out of the space elevator, they do still walk on the road and go to it, but I think it looks a lot better if all of the buildings are connected. And then that white building there, I forget what it is, it's some kind of museum I think, but I put that there because I wanted some kind of like big monument for this whole area, because I didn't just want like the hardcore industrial type building, so I wanted something a little bit more friendly. And it's on the river, so it creates that whole big look. If you're driving past, you might think, oh, there it is, there's the space elevator. And then this train line here, I know it's quite high and I know it's really straight, but I think it's hidden well because the trees, are they called redwood trees? I think the really high trees, they hide it, and you might have noticed at the start of the video, I changed the terrain a little bit as well, just to help hide the train track and then also the space elevator as well. So like I said before, I'll zoom out and show you guys from ground level that all of these new things that I'm putting in, they aren't that noticeable, and keeping in mind it is way down on the other side of the map where there's basically nothing at all. There's very low traffic, so that's another reason why I did it. And also another reason is because I didn't want it to be walkable, so I wanted the people who get off the space elevator, I wanted their only option to be catching the train. So technically, yeah, they could walk, but it's very, very far. Maybe they'll spawn a car, some of them do, but most of them, practically 99% of them, all catch the train. And it's crazy, it's so many, and I'll show you guys in a minute. But this road here, I decided to put it on the other side because I didn't want it to go near where the train line is, because I thought having the train line above and then this large road here, I thought it might just be too much for the whole area, because it is quite a rural area. There's not much going on, so we don't want too much infrastructure. So wrapping up the speed build, and let's go in and check out all the other little details that we need to do to make this area functionable. Alright, so I put it at nighttime because I thought it looks nicer, it looks more mysterious. So let's just zoom out. So like I said to you guys, I think a few times, you can't really see the needle and the train line, but if you just go down here, I wouldn't show from this angle because there's nothing up there, but if we go down to almost ground level, you can see already it's not that noticeable. Like from these houses, it kind of just looks like some kind of tower. So I've strategically hidden the larger, that's my Facebook by the way, I've strategically hidden the larger part of the Space Needle behind all of the trees and the terrain as well. And if we zoom out even further, you can, like the train line, it's really hidden, it's really not that obvious as well. So I think it's good, it's hidden quite well. The location is good, and so why don't we actually, before I turn it on, I just want to show you guys, so I'm just going to pause it. So this is the train line, it has no other stops, it goes directly into the train station. I think from this side on, the high speed continues straight on, I haven't slowed it down, but over here, I believe I adjusted the speeds a little bit, so they come along doing what, 250 or whatever, and then suddenly they hit 50 kilometers an hour, which is what, 30 miles an hour I think, and then it comes around in there going pretty slow. And also I downloaded a specific train, so this one is actually based from the Sydney model train. It's a double-decker train, and I wanted this one because it's double level, so obviously it has a higher capacity, but I can adjust the capacity, and that's something else that I wanted to talk about, because so right now I set the capacity up at 1200, and I'm actually thinking I should reduce that, because when this amount of people go from here all the way over to the downtown hub here, they all get off here. Think about it, literally over 1,000 people trying to get out at once, spawning cars. It's crazy, it's horrible. So I'm thinking that's just too many people for one go, so I might actually reduce the amount of people that can get on. So you just simply click on this is through this mod here, which is Advanced Vehicle Options 1.8.2, and I'm just going to reduce that down to half. Let's do 600, and I know that's still a lot, and that's not the max speed, by the way. I set it at 250 via this mod as well. So let's see if I just press play, close that. Okay, I don't know why it still says that. You know what, it's fine, maybe it'll adjust itself over time. But if I click on it again, did I not press apply? Apply, there we go. So that should apply it to all of these trains. So here's another one in here. If I select him, yep, 600. So I think 600 is more manageable, but the reason why I had it was so high before is because when I turn this on, there is so many people. So there was 3,000 people in the last few minutes. So turning it on, here we go, and they start coming straight away. I also banned cars all along here, so they can't spawn cars. Some of them still do spawn, but they can't actually drive anywhere. Trucks can still come up this way as well. Some of them do still cut through here, even though they're not supposed to. But look at all the people. It's crazy, and this is nothing. This is nothing yet. Wait till you see the train. The whole thing gets so compact, it's absolutely crazy. I don't know why they're spawning cars, because I did ban cars throughout this whole area. Now these guys, they're going down here because they know they can spawn a car here. So maybe I can go like this, hold down shift. Yeah, that removes it for the whole thing. There we go. So hopefully they don't. Actually, where are they all going to go since I've disabled cars? Oh, this is a police station, by the way, because there was a bit of a crime issue earlier on when I was testing it, so that's why that's there. Yeah, what are you guys doing? Anyway, let's go back up here. Look at all those people. Oh my god. Oh, it's so laggy. Oh my god. It's crazy, but I think in the next video we'll have to work on the downtown hub, because all the people getting off here, it's absolutely a nightmare. Also, just quickly, there's a tunnel entrance here that I mentioned. There's also this tunnel entrance here and here as well, so it gives it that illusion that there's something else hidden in there that you don't see. But anyway, back to this. Look at all the people. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And then if we go up in here, just looking at it like that, you can see so many people. But let's go into first person. In back a little bit. Look at them all. And I don't know why they're all wearing black. I think they came for a funeral. Look at them. It's just crazy how many people there are so quickly. Why don't we go over to the transport hub, the main one, and I'll just show you guys what it looks like when they all get off. So even though I reduced the capacity already, I think it's still going to be really crazy. But let's just wait for them to come in. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Okay, I think one just pulled in because there's a lot of people that suddenly appeared. But before, oh my god, this was absolutely a nightmare. Like, literally cars were piling on top of each other. Like cars, it was just absolutely crazy. Like, cars were upside down, they were all crazy on weird angles and things like that. It was a nightmare. But I think 600 people capacity per passenger train is more manageable. Okay, I think another one just arrived. It's laggy because there's a lot of people coming, but it's a lot better. Did I ban cars because they're not spawning? Anyway, they can walk up onto the elevated pathway as well. But I just want to talk about my future plan for this. So we already have the train line. I plan on continuing on the same train route, and it will follow along through here. Through this area that we worked on in the last episode. Come over here, and then instead of going to the right, it's going to break to the left. And now this area I've decided is going to be the tourism sector right here. So the train will come along, probably elevated, come along here, through all of the tourism, whatever. And then here is going to be the harbor. So there's going to be a big cruise ship terminal right here as well. And this is also a good location because of two other reasons. First of all, we're close to the airport. And secondly, we're right on the water. So it has a really good view, a really good city view. And I think it's really handy to have the same train for all of these thousands of people to zoom through. It zooms through here. Yes, it does go slow through here, but they stay on the same train line, and it goes over to here, and also can pick up all of the cruise ship terminal and the people on the airport as well. So that single line will be really, really busy, and it'll basically be known as like the tourism train line, I think. So anyway, let's go back over to down over here. So I noticed none of them are walking over here now, so that's good. But yeah, I think that's generally it. So I think if you guys are going to use this, make sure that you have a really good public transport connection. Why are they all wearing black? I don't know, but yeah, it's just keep in mind that this is a really laggy thing. So like, obviously I can handle it because my computer is quite, I think I've got 32 gigabytes of RAM, so it can handle this. But I'm almost at my, like, it's almost at the breaking point. But look at all those people. Oh my god. So what do you guys think? Do you guys play with the Space Needle. It's just this part here. It's not actually like a rocket or anything. But yeah, I thought it fits in quite well with the whole like Russian Soviet era type vibe that I kind of do have going on in the city. And like, I don't know if this is correct, but in my mind I always thought that like the Soviet era, they did a lot of experiments with stuff, and this is kind of like an experiment that turned out to be good. So yeah, what do you guys think? It's crazy, but there's so many people. If we click on this now, already 4,000, and it's only been, what, it's only been on for a few minutes, what, 3 or 4 minutes? It's crazy, it's absolutely crazy. So make sure that you have a good train line. Yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next video. Bye guys.